I've been told that I say a lot and I say it fast, but that's only because I'm trying to get it into a compressed period of time so I can be respectful of everyone's time. We've got people dialing in from all over the world. For some of you, it's in the afternoons. For some of you, it's early in the morning. For some of you, late at night. So I want to make sure you get a chance to absorb this information, because this is one of those times where you don't want to say, I was there at the beginning, but I didn't get it. I missed it. I didn't take an action, because I promise you, you're going to hear about BitLocity over and over and over again. And if you hear about it later and you didn't take advantage of it now, it's probably going to be a painful memory for you. So with that said, hopefully you've been able to grab that pen and piece of paper, and let's get a dive into this. I know there's a lot of questions that have come up about, who is BitLocity? What is it that they do? What's this whole thing about Bitcoin that they're focused on? Is it a smart contract? I mean, all these type of things. So we put this webinar together to really answer those questions for you and give you enough information to make a decision. And I think the first thing we have to really talk to you about is simply this. Is the blockchain, because you're going to realize that everything that we talk about from this point is all building on this whole blockchain concept. And, it is simplest definition form. A blockchain is a decentralized distributed ledger that records the ownership and authenticity of a digital asset. It's been proven to be secure, transparent, and unhackable. And those features, the secure, transparent, and unhackable, and the fact that it allows you to really, move across and look at the ownership and authenticity of a digital asset, they have actually set up blockchain technology to literally revolutionize our planet. And I know people use big, extravagant, like revolutionize our planet, but I'm going to show you here, I'm going to put a dollar figure to that so you realize that I'm not just trying to make something sound bigger than it is, but it really is just as big and just as powerful as we say. And a friend of mine who I believe is on this webinar today, he actually really kind of clarified this for me, because a lot of people know about cryptocurrency. Probably many of you on here, you know about cryptocurrency, you know about Bitcoin and some of the other cryptos as well, some of the other altcoins. But he said, cryptocurrency is to blockchain technology what email is to the internet, where about 59% of the people in the world right now have access to the internet, but the vast majority of those people, the only thing they are still using the internet for is email, to check and send emails. Now, we know the internet has social media, it has search engine, it has all this other capability, but the majority of the people that are still utilizing the internet are still utilizing just the very, very tip of the iceberg. And that's what cryptocurrency is. I mean, cryptocurrency is just this. And if this is crypto, guys, this is the blockchain, this massive thing just beneath the surface that a lot of people haven't recognized yet. They don't even know that it's there. They're still playing around up here with crypto, trying to understand it. When blockchain technology is so huge, it is going to change the entire world. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. Look at this. Right now, blockchain technology is expected to add 1.76 trillion with a T, $1.76 trillion to the global GDP over the next just 10 years. So a huge amount of wealth actually moving through the globe in a compressed period of time, just a 10-year block of time. And as a result, it's going to create a whole new wave of millionaires and billionaires, but only those people that can recognize the incredible opportunities that blockchain technology is going to create and are capitalized enough to be able to take advantage of it. And that's where BitLocity came in. BitLocity was developed by a group of heart-centric entrepreneurs that were concerned that most people would not be in position to capitalize on this coming tsunami of wealth. A group of super talented developers who then actually lensed out and sought out some of the top field representatives in the world to become an advisory team for them to put together something that has never been seen before. Now, BitLocity provides two critical platforms to answer the dilemma, right? Number one, a world-class educational platform that's going to prepare you to recognize and understand these future blockchain opportunities before the masses do. And number two, the premier peer-to-peer crowdfunding platform developed to provide you with the capital that you need to engage in said opportunities. After all, at BitLocity, we know that only with the right knowledge and the right level of personal capital will you ever be truly prepared to move at the speed of success. And you'll hear that a lot in our videos and on our marketing materials. We talk about moving at the speed of success in a digital world. It is not slowing down for you. It's becoming faster and faster and faster. And if you want to become successful in the digital world, you have to be able to speed up and speed up to the speed of success. And we're going to show you exactly how to do that. Now, we start off with BitLocity Academy. Remember, we talk about all these incredible video training platforms that we put together to really teach you from soup to nuts about blockchain technology and about cryptocurrency, et cetera. And this is going to be an evolving platform. It's going to, as new technologies come out, we're going to constantly add more and more content here to make this an evolving technology platform. So what is blockchain? How will blockchain technology change the world? What is cryptocurrency? Why is it here to stay? I love asking people that question and watching them struggle to even explain what crypto is, because it's very difficult for them to explain it to a layman. But what is crypto mining? How does that actually work? Are you digging in the ground? Some people believe that you are. They actually believe you're going up into the mountains and you're digging in the ground to try to find Bitcoin. And what is crypto trading, et cetera? These are just some of the basic topics. And then it's going to become more and more advanced as we move forward, literally preparing you to recognize just how powerful the blockchain, how powerful crypto is, and all the different opportunities that are going to rise over the next 10 years as we have that massive financial impact on the global community. So people actually ask me what BitLocity is: a digital educational technology platform. Our mission is to educate, enhance, and enrich our worldwide community about disruptive blockchain technology. And as we go forward, as we get to the second half of this, and we really start talking about the peer-to-peer crowdfunding initiative, I want you to understand that with every BitLocity package upgrade, you will receive a specific course to educate you on how to monetize the crypto and blockchain world. So again, we are preparing you. We are setting you up to be in perfect position to really benefit from that wave of wealth that's going to be created. And there's no one else out there in the entire marketplace that has had the forethought and then the ability and the technology to deliver what we're delivering here with BitLocity. Now, the other big question we're getting is why this obsession? Why this obsession with the accumulation of Bitcoin? And we're getting it from people who have no clue of what Bitcoin is, and we're getting it from people who do have a clue, but still don't understand why Bitcoin, why we focused on that. Guys, you'll notice that we talk about this in some of our other marketing materials, but we've literally gone from bartering to gold to metal coins to paper money to credit, and now to cryptocurrency. And we've gone through this, as a species, right? We've advanced from here of just trading goods and services to, okay, gold has value, to, we need some sort of standard form of currency. Let's make these metal coins. Paper is actually better. It's lighter. It's easier to print, to credit, so people don't have to carry money, to digital platforms of currency now. And a lot of people, just about everybody we know, they're doing these, right? They understand these, right? They don't have enough of the paper currency, though. They can never seem to get enough, and they've probably abused too much of the credit currency, and they find themselves in debt. But most people still haven't made this transition to the crypto world because they don't get it. They don't even understand it. I tell people that Bitcoin has gone up to $23,000 or $24,000, and the only thing they're hearing me say is, if I want to get into Bitcoin, I need at least $24,000 to get one coin, not understanding that you can purchase fractions of it. They don't get it. And because they don't get it, it still opens up this massive opportunity. But if they got it, if they really understood how incredibly fast moving something like Bitcoin was, they would understand that every time that somebody compensates you in Bitcoin instead of dollars, it's like somebody paying you with little digital Picasso paintings. These things that are worth a certain value now, but 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, almost certainly going to be worth way more than what they currently owe you. So it's better than even being compensated in paper money or some sort of credit type currency. If you doubt that, just take a look back. Let's just go back 10 years from now, and you can think about what may happen 10 years going forward. 10 years ago, in 2010, if you had $500 and you were looking for something smart to do with it, you had some options. Maybe you decided, I wanted to put it into gold because I heard that gold was this thing that was always going to hold value, right? And you know what? If you had put it into gold, 10 years later, today, you would have made a good decision. Your $500 would have actually increased by about 30% over the past 10 years. So that's pretty solid increase. That's a pretty good decision on your part. Well, maybe you said, hey, I don't want to do gold. I actually want to put it into the stock market. I heard that the stock market is great, and that's where wealthy people put their money. And if you had taken it and put it into the stock market based off of the S&P 500's results from the last 10 years, pretty good decision, right? Much better than putting it in gold, because it would be worth $1,850. And we're talking US dollars here, by the way. I know we have people from all over the world that are chiming in. But 10 years ago, there was this thing called Bitcoin. And a lot of people were not in the know about it. And Bitcoin 10 years ago was at 0.003. That's 0.3 of a penny. Not even worth a penny. 0.3 of a penny. And as it progressed year after year after year, it's going up and up and up and up and up. And then when it got to the fourth quarter of this year, it went from 10,000. Here we show 19,000 is where it got to about 1 week into December. But now we know that Bitcoin's gone to an all-time high. It's crossed over to 24,000, I think. And right now it's sitting somewhere around $23,000 a coin. But even at that one level of going from 0.3 of a penny to over $19,000, if you had taken your $500 and gotten $500 worth of Bitcoin in 2010 at 0.003 and then held it till it went to $19,000, well, that $500 would then be worth $3.166 billion with a B. This has got to be the greatest appreciating asset in the history of history. Seriously, I can't think of anything else that's ever gone to this level of valuation in such a compressed and short period of time. And before you think that, well, that's great, but obviously I missed it because I don't have a time machine to go back to 2010, think again, guys. Because the same exact people who used to say that Bitcoin was a fad, it's not going to go anywhere, it's going to disappear, it's going to go the way of the dinosaurs, those people now, not only did they project that it would hit $20,000+ by December of 2020, those same people are saying, hey, you know what? Even though some people are saying that it's going to hit 200,000 by 2021 in December, that's conservative. It could go as high as $300,000 and 1 year from now, or even more, by 1 year from today. So you haven't missed anything. It's just getting started with its meteoric rise, and you want to be in position to really take advantage of it. More proof? Well, Bitcoin's going mainstream. It's going mainstream. It's being accepted by PayPal, Microsoft, AT&T. You can buy chicken at KFC with Bitcoin. You can go buy a BMW with Bitcoin. And if you look around, just look around when you're moving around in your city or in your country, wherever you are. Major cities, retail stores, pharmacy chains, airports all over the world, they now have Bitcoin ATMs. So the bankers, the money people, the richest people in the world, the biggest organizations in the world, they're investing hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars into this infrastructure to support cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically, because they know it's not a fad. They know that this has become the people's money, and this is where the huge fortunes are going to be generated in the future, and they want to be ahead of that growth, so they are getting their piece. So we put together, again, what we believe is the premier peer-to-peer crowdfunding platform in the entire world. And when we put it together, we had some decisions to make, okay? We first had to decide who were we really trying to create leverage for? Were we going to be able to do something for the little guy, right? I mean, because a lot of times, you have these incredible platforms and people say, it's just not for me because I'm not a big player, at least not yet. And nobody seems to want to give me a chance because they're only putting this other stuff for big players. So do you have something for someone like me? Where are we going to actually be able to provide maximum leverage for the masses? Okay. Not the little guy, not the big players, but the majority of the people who find themselves right somewhere in between. Where are we going to be able to do something for them, and where are we going to be able to do something for the leaders? Because at the end of the day, you do want to attract the best of the best and the sharpest of the sharp, because they can really help to enhance and drive the growth of your model. The other thing we had to figure out was what type of programming were we going to use. I mean, one of the most incredible things that's actually come out of what's happened with blockchain technology is this concept of smart contracts. And it's become all the rage here recently. In fact, if you take a look at a traditional contract, it works like this. You have two parties that could be from anywhere in the world, and they make a deal. You know, they make a deal, agree to do something, right? They sign a contract, put a contract together, but then they have to go to a third party, whether it be a bank or a real estate company or some other type of third party, some type of law firm, etc. They have to go to that third party to make sure that different things are done so they can execute that contract. And within the third party step is where a lot of complications come, because all of these third parties have their own fee structure. They also have their own level of paperwork, their own level of thing, and there can be a great deal of corruption in some of these third parties. So as a result, the traditional contract is being replaced with the smart contract, where you can get rid of the third party, because now it's just elegant coding put directly onto the blockchain that simply says, if this, then that. So when you do something, then automatically the contract is executed. There's no take backs, right? There's no changing of minds. There's no corruption. There's no anything. You can execute it without a third party, thus saving that extra step and thus making it far more efficient. This has become the rage in how people want to do business these days. And why not? If you look at the smart contract, well, there's a lot of pros to it. It's 100% transparent. That's always good, right? It's peer-to-peer, so no one else is going to be touching your cryptocurrency. It's on the blockchain, so it's very, very secure and unhackable, and it's completely decentralized. You don't need these third-party institutions. However, we did find, okay, being honest with you, we found some drawbacks to smart contracts as well. Number one is, because it was designed to work with ERC tokens, we were starting to see increased fees that were occurring with smart contracts. The other thing was, smart contracts are not specifically developed for the blockchain technology that actually goes hand in hand with Bitcoin. So it wasn't going to really work with BTC, with Bitcoin, and we wanted to use Bitcoin for all the reasons I just showed you. And the biggest one for us was it was open source, right? Everybody brags, oh, smart contracts are open source. Anyone from around the world can go in and look and see the code. Well, yeah, they can see the code and they can copy the code. So why would you spend all your time creating an elite company with all this elegant coding so that someone else could just come by and say, hey, what you have is pretty good. I think I'll make an exact copy of it, and then I'll just go out and compete directly with you. So we said, we don't like this. We don't like that, and we don't like that. So why don't we do something different? Instead of having a smart contract, why don't we create a smarter contract where we simply do the Benjamin Franklin approach? We take all the things that are good, and then we write down all the things that are bad. We rip the paper in half, throw away the bad things, keep the good things, and end up with this advanced proprietary tech that provides instant peer-to-peer payouts utilizing algorithms of a highly advanced crowdfunding infrastructure with no human interference. And we did that. And a lot of people didn't think it was possible, but I'm going to show you exactly what we created. But before I show you some examples, I just want to take care of the legal notice. And I think this is important because I want you guys to know that we are creating something to be here for you for generations, not just for a month or 2 months, and it's going to get shut down. So we have to be very clear about what BitLocity is and what it is not. Okay, so the information shared in what I'm about to show you, this presentation, it shouldn't be considered as financial advice, nor does it represent a liability for the presenter or the company. As an independent business member of BitLocity, we're simply sharing our personal experiences regarding this unique business opportunity. We're not financial advisors, and the historic performance of members in the company will not be indicative of future results. Again, we don't have a crystal ball, guys. We can't predict the future. We can simply tell you what's happened before, and we can use some of that to inform upon what we believe is going to happen in the future. BitLocity, and this is the most critical statement in this entire thing, so don't miss this, because I don't want to see you guys on social media getting yourselves in trouble by going out there and saying this. We're not an investment platform, nor do we sell or market securities. So get that out of your mind. I've already told you, we're an educational platform preparing people to be able to take care of what's going to happen in the future. You know, it's designed to empower people in the crypto markets, but your success is going to depend on your skills and other market factors. And each individual is responsible for assuming their own risk of participating in our compensation plan. So now that we understand that, let's go and talk about BitLocity and get down to it about this peer-to-peer crowdfunding platform. So first, I want you to understand that we've got 14 different packages or rank options, right? Where you're going to have the ability to actually come into BitLocity and actually move through these different platforms, these different rank options, by simply going out and putting in a contribution that covers the cost of each one of these package levels, okay? You can actually purchase, through your contribution, as many or as few as you want. So you can just get in and say, hey, I'm going to put in a contribution of $25 to get to the bronze level, or you can actually say, I'm going to go all the way up to the pearl level or amber level or ruby level. But just keep in mind, you have to actually put these contributions in order. You can't just skip over. You have to go out and put them in an order to be able to get to these levels. And I'll show you more of that as we move forward. The other thing I want you to remember is that we have a $25 yearly membership fee. And we're going to continue to add more and more value to that membership as we move forward. But a lot of people are very excited even about what we're doing so far. And then the final thing I want you to understand is that when you actually put in a contribution to get to each of these package levels, you're going to be opening up a whole new vault of information for that we actually showed you earlier from our educational platform. So at the bronze level, there's one level. At the silver level, there's another. At the gold, there's another. So as we're moving forward, you're getting more and more elegant and advanced information, preparing you better and better for the future. By the time you get up to our Crown Ambassador level, we believe you will be completely and totally prepared to not only recognize the opportunities of the blockchain, but also in a position to be able to take advantage of those opportunities by having the right amount of capital to be able to engage. Now, with this $25 membership fee, we have a lot of companies calling us up almost on a daily basis saying, hey, we want to be a part of this. We see what you're doing for communities around the world. We want to actually add some value to it. But it's amazing. And we're going to keep doing that and building that and building that. But right out of the gate, we're going to be able to give you a free mobile marketing app. We call it Mobile Marketing Reinvented, the BitLocity app. You're going to be able to walk around with your entire BitLocity business in the palm of your hand with an incredible marketing system. And again, this is all included for that $25. This is going to be actually released here in just another day or so from today. And then we're going to continue to add more and more value. So that's going to get incredible. Now, let's talk about what we ultimately did with our super aggressive compensation plan. I think you're going to be excited, and we're going to start it in pieces so you can actually see how it all builds on top of each other, and I'll show you everything together. The first is our infinity line, which covers the first two positions that you can actually get to in Velocity, the $25 level and the $50 level. So this, what I'm about to show you, is only for the $25 and $50 level, and it's our global infinity line. I'm going to show you how it works for the $25 level. It works the same exact way for the $50 level. It's just 50, 50, 50, 50s instead of 25. So that should be pretty simple enough for you. The way that this works, this is one global straight line system that consists of every single person in the entire world who actually joins BitLocity. It doesn't have anything to do with who actually told you about it or who you tell about it or who you recruit or don't recruit. Nothing to do with that. You were entered into this one straight line system simply based off of your timestamp. So in other words, you get started at 12:01 a.m. and 3/4 of a second, right? You actually will start, you will drop in here. Someone else comes in at 12:01 a.m. and a full second, and they're going to drop right behind you. And then somebody else comes in another 1/8 of a second later, and they'll drop in behind them, and so on and so on. And it just continues to go on there. And these people can be from all over the world, people you've never met. You don't have to speak the same language. Doesn't matter. You don't have to have the same culture, views, anything. We don't care. We're dropping in this one straight line system straight across the world, which means you're now benefiting from the growth and the momentum of the company that is happening worldwide. So now once you're in here and people are dropping in behind you with these $25 contributions, here's how it works. As they're putting their $25 contributions in, we have an algorithm that says 2 of the contributions from back here are going to go to your position to activate 2 things. So 2 of the $25 contributions, 1 from 2 of these people, is going to go to you. Here's what happens to those 2 $25 contributions. 1 of them goes right to your Bitcoin wallet. So you put in a $25 contribution to become a part of this global infinity line at the $25 level. Guess what? You just made all of that money back. Another contribution has actually made that back for you. You are now 100% whole. Now, the other $25 contribution, this is what it does for you. It then buys you a place to circle back around to the back of the line with the $25 needed to be back in line. So now you have a new $25 contribution that is then, based off our algorithm, instantly sent forward to the next person forwarded in the line who was due to receive a $25 contribution. So it's 25 coming to you twice. 1 goes into your wallet, the other buys you back into the line and then sent forward to someone else. The company is not keeping 1 red cent out of those contributions. This is totally being done as a way to literally fuel something for the little guy. This is what we're doing this for, okay? Now, the great thing about this is once you actually get your new position back in line, more and more people are going to pop back in. Other people are going to circle back around behind you, etc. And you can actually go through that process again and again and again, earning $25 contributions in the $25 line or $50 contributions over and over and over and over and over again. So one global straight line system. Position is determined only by timestamp. Unlimited $25 and $50 contributions to you, and no recruiting required for you to get paid in this global infinity line. I'm going to say that again. No recruiting required for you to get paid in this infinity line. You can simply enter in and be in position to go through this process over and over and over again and get these unlimited $25 and $50 contributions coming into your blockchain BTC wallet. It's pretty impressive what we've done there. Now, the next thing is our dual-sided maximum leverage plan. And this has two pieces to it. The left side is our leverage builder unilevel. The right side is our 1x3 speed matrix. Again, I know a lot of people, they're hearing unilevel and matrix. They know what that means. Some people are like, what is that? So I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to actually go through it verbally, and then I'm going to show it to you graphically so you understand it perfectly. Let's start with that leverage builder unilevel. So the leverage builder unilevel works like this. The unilevel is your position, okay, with all of your personal referrals placed front line to you, okay? So all of your personal, it's just you, and then everybody that you've personally told about BitLocity decides to get started, they're all going to be straight front line to you. It doesn't matter whether you actually refer one person or 10,000 people or 100,000 people or 1,000,000 people, you would have all of them front line, if you will, to you. Nobody else in between you and them, just all of them front line to you. Now, all of the contributions in the unilevel are yours to keep. I'm going to say that again. All the contributions in the unilevel are yours to keep. This is regardless of how large the contribution is or what package level you are. And I'm going to show that to you graphically here in a moment. But that's a powerful, powerful thing that we're not actually giving you some sort of qualification that you have to have for you to be able to actually qualify for the contributions in the unilevel. It's pretty powerful. Now, the only exception are your 3rd and 10th referrals, okay? The 3rd and 10th, their unilevel contributions will pass up to your sponsor. I'll show you that in a moment. But remember, the contributions pass up, but not the people. So if you refer these people, they fall into your 3rd and 10th spots, they're still your people. And that's going to become critically important to you here in a second. But their contributions just through the unilevel, they're passing up to your sponsor. Of course, it also means the reverse is true, right? It means that the contributions from all of your personal recruits, their 3rd and 10th referrals will pass up to you. That's where the maximum leverage part of the leverage builder unilevel comes into play. Let's take a look at it. So here's you, and let's say that you went out and you actually started referring people. Remember, your 3rd person, we said your 3rd and your 10th, right? So the 3rd person, we're going to put that in yellow, and we're going to say that their contributions are going up to your sponsor, and then your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, right? And then your 10th person, their contributions are going up to your sponsor. And remember, you can go get 20, 50, 100, 1,000 people. I'm just going to show all the way up through 10 because I want to show you the pass ups. Now, a lot of people say, well, man, pass ups, I don't know. Why should I be excited about the fact that my 3rd and 10th, their contributions are actually passing up to my sponsor? Well, here's why you should be excited. Because all of them, including your 3rd and 10th, right, they're in position to eventually have a 3rd and 10th of their own. And all of those contributions, right, those 20 additional, these 20 additional people, all of their contributions, they're passing up to you. That's the maximum leverage part of the leverage builder unilevel. Remember, you're not limited to 10. You can go out and get 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000, and no matter how many more that you refer, it still is only going to be the 3rd and the 10th that has these pass ups. But every single additional person that you refer, you're not only now going to be getting the contributions from them, but you're getting the contributions from their 3rd and 10th. So every single person you refer is potentially 3 new streams of contribution income coming to you, daily, weekly, monthly, it doesn't matter. Whenever they're actually coming in with these unilevel contributions, all of that is now in position to go to you. So that's your leverage builder unilevel. The unique speed matrix is a little different, okay? The matrix is your position with 3 open positions front line to you. Again, I'm going to show it to you in a second. Don't worry about it. Contributions in the first 2 positions are paid to you instantly, but contributions in the 3rd position will pass up to your sponsor and cycle you. That means you're going to open a brand new matrix at the same level with, again, 3 open positions. So you can do it all over again and again and again. We call these fast moving cyclers. Now, each package that you purchase from $75 through the 100,000, remember the 25 and the 50, that's global infinity line. We talked about that. So this only governs everything from $75 and up. But for those packages from 75 through 100,000, you're going to give a matrix at that level. And I'm going to show that to you. You can purchase as many packages at a time as you want, but they must be purchased in order. You can't skip packages, and you can only receive contributions from levels that you have already purchased. That's a big statement right there. Remember, no qualifier when we were talking about the unilevel, right? Doesn't matter what level you are, you can receive all the contributions. But with the matrix, you can only receive the matrix contributions if you have already purchased that level in advance of your team. So that's a big deal. Now, all the pass-ups from your personal referrals matrices, they go up to you. So remember, we said your third position goes to your sponsor. Well, all of your people that you refer, all of their third positions are coming up to you as long as you are qualified at that level. So let's take a look. First of all, this is you. This is the first position. Whatever contribution comes in there, we're going to pay to you instantly. Second position, contribution is paid to you instantly. Remember, this is peer-to-peer, so we don't hold it. We don't hold it back for a week before we send it to you. It's going right to your wallet. And then the third contribution in your third spot, that's going to go up to your sponsor instantly, but that will cycle you and you get a brand new matrix, and you can keep doing it over and over and over again. You can do it 10 times a day, 100 times a day, 1,000 times a day. Doesn't matter. There's no limitation here. As many contributions are coming through, we're just going to keep running it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now let me show you some examples here of what this would look like as you were building. So here's a breakdown of all of our different packages, bronze through crown ambassador, all 14 of them. And let's say that you decided to come in and you said, hey, I want to get started at the amber level. By the way, if you got started at the amber level, remember, that means you would purchase the $25 bronze package plus the $50 silver package plus the gold package plus platinum plus pearl plus amber. I think when you add all that up, 780, 875, 925, 950, right? Plus the $25 membership fee. So $975 worth of Bitcoin would buy you all the way up to the amber level. When you did that, you would see that you would actually now have all of these levels. Now, remember, the first two are governed by the global infinity line. The bronze and silver package, 25 and 50, that's all global infinity line. But starting at the $75 gold package and up, we're now talking about matrices, right? So at the end of the day, you would end up with a gold matrix, a platinum matrix, a pearl matrix, and an amber matrix. And all that would mean is that now, as anybody in your team that you referred, as they were coming through and those people were actually coming at any of these levels, you would be in position to make sure that you were actually going to potentially be able to earn those contributions as they're coming through, because you've already gotten up to these levels. However, if they go to levels higher than where you are and you don't have a matrix at that level yet, those matrix payments, guess what? They would actually be moved upline to the next person who actually had purchased that matrix already. That's why people have a strategy of saying, hey, I'm going to make sure I'm constantly recapitalizing. I'm taking a piece of what I'm making, and I'm going to put those contributions back in to keep going to higher and higher levels so I can stay ahead of my team and I'm not missing out on anything. Let me show you an example of that. Let's say that this is you're at the Ruby level now, right? Which is the $750 level. You're at the Ruby level. And which means you have a matrix of all of these levels underneath of it, obviously, if you're at Ruby, because you had to get them in order. And let's say you have somebody here who's only at the $75 level. They're at the gold level. And they went out and found somebody who was at the gold level, who found someone who was at the gold level, who found someone who watched this webinar. They got the value of actually being in position. So that person went out and they started off at the Ruby level. They came right in from day one, which again, you can do that. You can buy as many packages as you want with the right contribution whenever you want to. And they came in and said they put enough contributions to go all the way up to Ruby. Remember, the only other person here that's at the Ruby level is you. That's it. So here's what the system's going to do. It says, okay, we have to pay out the matrix portion of this contribution. So it's going to go and it's going to look and say who is in position to be qualified to be paid the gold matrix contribution. Is this person qualified? Yes, they are, because they're actually at the gold level. So we'll send the gold pay contribution to them. Then it's going to say who's in position to be paid the platinum, pearl, amber, and ruby contributions. Well, this person's only at gold. This person's only at gold. This person's only at gold. But you're at the ruby level, which means you are qualified to be paid for all those matrix contributions. So they all go up to you. So you're receiving matrix contributions from someone that's multiple levels down. You may never meet them. Again, they may be on the other side of the world. They may not speak the same language, but in your back office, you'll all sit and see that you got these contributions from that username, and you'll probably be happy about whoever they are, and you'll wish them great success. But the reason is because you were in position and these people were not. So you want to make sure that part of your strategy is to stay ahead of what's going on in your team, so you can always be in position to maximize the contributions that you're getting. Now, let's talk about the final piece, and we're going to put it all together, which is the leadership top recruiter pool. Remember, we talked about something for the little guy. We talked about maximum leverage for the masses. Now let's talk about the leadership top recruiter pool, because when most people were trying to figure out how they could do one of those things, we decided to do all three when we were looking at putting together this compensation plan. So now the leadership pool was developed to attract and reward the best industry leaders on the planet. And here's what we're going to do. Each calendar month, the top 10 recruiters in BitLocity will split a pool of Bitcoin funded by every upgrade worldwide of $75 or higher. Okay, remember, we don't touch the 25 and the 50. So 100% of that is staying there in those infinity lines, because we want to fuel the capitalization of the little guy. But starting at the $75 level all the way through the $100,000 level, doesn't matter how big it gets. What we're going to do from each upgrade, we're going to take a $10 profit and promotion fee that's going to be deducted out of each one. Now, $5 will fund the research and development that the company is going to do, so we can continue to develop a better and more elegant educational platform, as well as release other products that make sense as we see emerging blockchain technologies. It's also going to provide for support and infrastructure and future promotions. But the other $5 of every single upgrade happening in the entire world, that's going to fund the leadership top recruiting pool. And now here's what I want to say to you. Each time the pool is paid, the recruiter numbers are set back to 0, which means that each month everyone has an equal chance to be in the pool. Here's all I'm saying. You go out and you hit top recruiter for the month of, let's say, January, and you did 400 recruits. On February 1, you actually recruit someone new. You just have one. You don't have 401. You had 400 in January. You already won, probably number one in the company. You already won. We're going to pay you. That's great. But starting on February 1, it's back to 0 again, because we want to give everybody a chance to win, right? We don't want it to be that somebody who joins 4 months later or 5 months later, like, well, hey, the top guy already has accumulated 6,000 recruits over the past 5 months. I can never catch up. Nope. Every single month. And that means everybody has an opportunity. Brand new people have an opportunity to be part of that top 10, as well as people who are superstars that can recruit big numbers over and over again. They can be in the pool over and over and over and over again, but they don't get the benefit of just resting on their laurels because they had a big month one time. You're going to have to be consistent, and you're going to want to be consistent when we talk about numbers like this. So let's look at the leadership top recruiter pool. Even if in the top 10, this is how we divvy it up. Number 1 is going to get 20% of that pool. 2 and 3 will actually get 15% each. 4 through 6 will get 10% each, and 7 through 10 will get 5% each of that pool, whatever the number is. We put no cap on this pool. It can be as large as it wants to be, and we're still going to actually divvy it out in these percentages to the top 10. Let's take a look at this, for example. Let's say that in 1 month, right, there are 10,000 upgrades. Now, that's a pretty small number when you consider what Mark said when he opened up this webinar, that already in less than 2 weeks, we actually started a free sign up to get people pre-registered. In less than 2 weeks, we've got 49,700 or 49,800 as of right before this webinar started. So there's no question that by the end of the day, we're going to eclipse that 50,000 mark of people that are pre-registering here in about 2 weeks. And we would fully expect that with your help, we'll probably hit 100,000 by the end of the month. And by the time we launch, those numbers are going to be astronomical. Okay, so 10,000 upgrades, though, let's just say in 1 month, right? That would mean $5 per upgrade going into this pool. $50,000 worth of Bitcoin would be in that pool. And we're going to split it up like this, right? We're not going to take anything out of this. This is purely for those top recruiters. So number 7 through 10 will get 5% of that. So a $2,500 bonus above and beyond everything that they just did. Okay, numbers 4 through 6, they would get a $5,000 bonus. Number 2 and 3 would actually get $7,500 each as a Bitcoin bonus for going out there and being in the 2nd and 3rd position. And number 1 would get $10,000 in Bitcoin for being the number 1 recruit that month. And that's above and beyond everything else that they just made from their team. Because I want you to think about what we just did here. What we just did is we created a competitive advantage that no one else can match, because all of these superstar top recruiters that are out there in the world, if you're one of them, you know what I'm saying is true. And if you're not one of them, logically, you know what I'm saying is true. These people can go to any company they want to, and because they have this ability to build these massive teams, they're going to be able to make money off of their big teams in any company that they go to. But in our community, only in our community, will, as a reward for being a top recruiter, for bringing their talents here to BitLocity, will they not only make money in Bitcoin off of what they're doing in their own big teams, but now they can leverage the ability and the power and the contribution ability of our community worldwide. They get a piece of everything. They're like micro owners now for that month, if you will, of BitLocity, because they're getting a piece of every single thing that happens in the entire world. That is incredible. And you can think about, as they're doing that, as they're bringing these big teams, yes, they're being rewarded for being number one recruiters, but you're being rewarded because that means they're pouring more and more people into the infinity line. More and more contributions are actually coming from the $75 up through the 100,000, which means more and more growth is happening, and it's becoming more exciting for everyone, all being fueled by this top recruiter pool. So that's going to be pretty amazing. Now, I want to show you how this all works together, and then I'm going to turn it back over to you, Mark, and you can actually wrap it up. As I'll tell you, the entire plan is designed to actually work together at the same time. So you have all these different things happening, which is why you're going to see Bitcoin coming from so many different directions. You probably won't be able to track it, but you will be able to get excited about it. So let's say that you were at the emerald level. Okay, so that's the $2,000 level. That means you've gone through all of these levels. You've actually put the contributions in to actually get all of these levels up to the emerald level. That means, listen, you've still got a $25 and $50 in Finland. Even though you've come all the way up here, these are still working for you. Every single day, they're working for you. As this is getting bigger and bigger, you're being put in position to be able to go back around and keep circling back to the back, and picking up $25 at a time, $50 at a time of Bitcoin into your wallet. It also means you've probably got a pretty nice team going now. I'm just showing 10 here, but you could have 15, 20, 50, 100 personal referrals happening in your unit level. And it also means you have all the way up to the Emerald Matrix. I'm only showing the Emerald Matrix, but remember, if you're at the Emerald level, you also have a Sapphire, Ruby, Amber, Pearl, Platinum, and Gold matrix as well. All these things working together. So let me show you how this turns into real revenue for you in terms of the contributions that are coming in for Bitcoin. So let's take a look at this for a second. And let's say that you're at that emerald level. Well, you've got your leverage builder unit level on your left. You've got your 1x3 speed matrix on your right, specifically your emerald matrix, because what we're going to do in this example is just show you with your front line. We have 10 here, frontline referrals, your 10 referrals. I'm going to show what happens is each one of these personal referrals now decides that they themselves are upgrading now to the emerald level. They're now putting in a contribution. So here's how it works. Let's look at your first person. Your first person says, okay, I'm going to put in my $2,000 contribution to go emerald level myself. Remember, we're going to take out the $10 profit and promotion fee. That's going to leave $1,990 worth of Bitcoin. And right there, instantly, what our system does, it evenly splits it, $995 to your unit level and $995 to your speed matrix. It instantly does that right away. Now, this is how it works for you. That first person upgrading, okay, that's going to be $995. That's going to fall here and fall here. And guess what? Both of those scenarios pay you 100% of that Bitcoin. So $995 of that contribution here is going directly to you. $995 of that contribution here is going directly to you. You just actually made the entire $1,990 worth of Bitcoin. Okay. Second person does it. Again, you're making the whole thing, 100% of that $995 here and $995 there being paid to your blockchain wallet instantly. We're not holding it. We're not playing around with it. We're not trading it behind your back to try to make extra money off of it. Nope, going right to you instantly. Now, let's look at what happens with the third. When a third person does it, okay, $995 goes here and here. So here it's a pass up to your sponsor, because remember, 3rd and 10th position of pass up. We love pass ups, right? We were talking about that because it means you're going to be getting them from multiple directions. And here it's the 3rd position in your matrix. So that passes up to your sponsor, but it also does this for you. It cycles you and it opens up a whole new emerald matrix. So you can start back at position number 1 again, and you can start earning 100% of what's coming in here. So when your 4th person actually does it, 100% of here is going to go to you. You made the whole 95, 995, 100% is going to go to you here. Your fifth person, 100% here. You earned 100% here. Your sixth person, this is interesting because your sixth person in your unilevel is 100% yours. But now that it's actually hitting the third spot again in your matrix, this goes up to your sponsor. That cycles you again. You get a brand new matrix, and that just keeps going on and on and on. And remember, I'm only showing you what's happening in the emerald matrix, but at the same time that all this is going on, you got other people who are just upgrading to gold for the first time, just upgrading, or not to gold, I'm sorry, they're upgrading beyond that, okay? They're actually coming in at amber, they're coming in at ruby, they're coming in at all these different levels. So you have all these different matrices, right, that you have there, and as they're going into all those different matrices, you're actually picking up these payments through these contributions into your unilevel, it's amazing, into your multiple matrices. It's getting really, really exciting, and it's coming at you so fast. Again, you're not going to be able to track it. We're going to track it for you. We're going to actually post it on your back office, but you will be able to get excited about it as you see it going up and up and up again in your personal Bitcoin wallet. So perfect compensation plan is what we call this. Why? Because we did something for the little guy. I think you would agree that $25 and $50 global infinity line, it's probably the most incredible thing you've ever seen, right? The ability for people to continuously get these $25 and $50 contributions, even if they don't recruit, right? And people are going to want to recruit, but even if they don't recruit, they can still be in position to get these over and over and over again. Max leverage for the masses. I just showed you that incredible what's happening, what we're doing for you with the unilevel with no requirement. Okay, there's no requirement for you to keep 100% of what comes to that unilevel, which is pretty strong. And then what we're going to do on the other side for you with the speed matrix, and then something for the leaders. Leadership Top Recruiters Pool, the biggest advantage, the biggest leverage you're ever going to have in any conversation that you can ever have with the leader in this space. I think we have checked all the boxes, no question. So how do you get started? Simple. Get back to the person who invited you to take a look at this webinar and ask for their unique sign-up link. Okay, they're going to send you a link. You click on that link, you'll be able to sign up right away. The reason why you want to do this is because it's going to give you a free position and your own free link, right, that you can actually use now to go out and start pre-building your genealogy, getting people into place. I promise you, you might think you're going to wait to talk to people. Somebody else is going to talk to them before you do. So you want to start getting that team in place right now, and include it with this when you actually get signed up. It's going to include a temporary back office. I want to stress that word temporary. That's why I actually made it a different color, because remember, this is just a pre-build. We just wanted to give you a location, a place where you could actually see the growth that's happening. So when we're quoting those numbers, we're saying, oh, it's 49,800. You'll be able to see that in real time, how many people are actually joining the entire BitLocity community as a whole right now. So you'll be able to get excited about that and share that number with other people. But you can also see what's building out for your own personal genealogy. So you can see how exciting that is for you, for your team and your efforts as well. But remember, people are saying, well, where's my commissions at? Well, there's no commissions because this is just a free temporary back office, right? We're not actually putting any Bitcoin in, so there's no place for you to put a wallet. There's no commissions, there's none of that. But what's going to happen is when we get to the point where we're ready to actually launch off, we're going to push a button. It's going to transfer that entire genealogy into our permanent back office system, and that's where you're going to get to see it all. It's like the gates of the heavens are going to open up. You'll see all of the elegant things that we put into the back office, where you can track all your matrices, you can see what's happening in your unilevel, you can see what's happening in your global infinity line. Everything's going to be there for you. So I know people are looking at the temporary back office and they're saying, where? Guys, this is just temporary. The real thing is coming right before we launch. You're going to see it all. And by the way, bitlocity.info, join our corporate Telegram group. That's going to allow you to stay ahead of everything that's happening as we're coming out with new initiatives, things of that nature. When we're ready to actually launch, when we're telling people to get yourself in position, all these kind of things, all going to be actually talked about through the corporate Telegram group. That's how you're going to stay at the ready. The other thing you can do, though, to get yourself in position is, if you don't already have a crypto wallet that accepts Bitcoin, get one. Go out and get one right now. The second that this is over, go out and secure one. I'll tell you, a lot of our members seem to really enjoy working with blockchain.com and getting their wallet from there. They said the sign-up process is very easy. They know it definitely accepts Bitcoin, and it works instantaneously. There's a lot of different wallet options out there, but here's what I would do if I were you. I would think about it this way. if you plan on actually earning a lot of Bitcoin, I mean, a tremendous amount of Bitcoin, you want to make sure that you're actually hooking into a wallet that doesn't have a problem with massive chunks of Bitcoin coming in on a daily basis. I know that sounds crazy, but there are some wallets out there that's not what they're for. So if they see a whole bunch of Bitcoin, tens of thousands, 100,000, millions of dollars of Bitcoin come into your wallet, it may actually raise a red flag. So you want to make sure that you're working with a wallet that doesn't have those types of issues. Again, a lot of our people here, in the United States, look at blockchain.com. If you're in a country where blockchain.com isn't available, I'm hearing that Coinami is another great option for people that are in different international markets. Okay, so again, it's up to you. You can choose whatever one you want, but that's just some of the feedback we're hearing from our members. And then you want to fund that wallet with enough Bitcoin to cover your desired starting position. So if you say, hey, again, I want to come in at that amber level, right? So you go and start doing your calculations and you realize to get all the positions up through amber is $950. Remember, your $25 membership. You got to remember the $25 membership in your calculation. So instead of being $950, it would be $975. So I would just throw $1,000 or so of Bitcoin into that wallet. So I was in position that when we say we're ready to go, you don't have to go do these things. Then you're all set up. You're all ready to go. Now you're just basically putting in, going in and making your contribution. And you're also able to set up your receiver address right away into our system. So as blockchain, as the wallet is actually connected, and now cryptocurrency is being paid out instantly peer-to-peer, you have all your information in there to get on that other side of that peer-to-peer payments. So you're actually able to receive their contributions that are supposed to go to you. So guys, with that said, listen, we're setting everyone up to be there to get to their Crown Ambassador dream. We're going to be doing a lot of different webinars. I know Mark is going to host many of them that actually show you the strategy of how you actually start at $25, $50, $75 level, etc. But still in a very, very simple way, get yourself all the way up to the $100,000 level by simply going out there and executing on a strategy. We're going to share that with you. We're going to show you how it works. So every single one of you has the opportunity to live your Crown Ambassador dream. So Mark, as always, appreciate you giving me a chance to kind of speak on the webinar and really kind of explain this to people. I'm very passionate about it, and I want to see people succeed. I love what we're doing here at BitLocity. I love what we're doing here for so many people in the community around the world, and I can't wait to see the success that people are going to have and how those people not only take that success to impact themselves and their family, but their communities at large, because I think that's going to be the BitLocity legacy, is how we impact the community globally, people that are in BitLocity or people who are associated with members of BitLocity, by literally setting them up to live more prosperous lives. So with that said, Mark, I'm going to turn the call back to you, sir.